Welcome back, everyone, to episode 13 of Order 66.1 FM. And today we have a very different episode, but we have a new guest in Abdullah.
Oh, a very good friend.
Very good friend.
He is in his last year of residency, but more importantly, he's a founder and CEO.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
At how old?
27.
27 years old.
Okay.
27 years old.
Appreciate the introduction.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you on. We're going to talk about, we'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Off the vibes. We'll see off the vibes.
I messed up on the thumbnail.
Which
I put episode 13 on the thumbnail. So
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh,
I caught that afterwards.
It kind of sucks, but it's okay.
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 episode 13.
Okay, so disregard the last thumbnail. I mean, you can look at it, but yeah, disregard the number though.
Just disregard the number. We'll call this one 13.
Yes.
We'll figure out how to change the last one.
You can do it. You can do it.
Change it?
With some
Okay.
AI. We'll do some AI.
We'll do some AI.
We'll do some AI with it.
All right.
But yeah. So where you guys want to start off with?
I want to start off with, what do you think is happening with the world right now?
With the world, we're talking about the political, economic state of the world right now.
I want to talk about the political and
Jaden
economic
Smith vibes, bro. I'm ready.
What's going on?
It's a hostile world right now, guys. I mean, it's crazy stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
All over the world.
I'm supposed to see my parents in a couple months.
Yeah.
And they live in Italy.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my dad works there.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if I'm gonna see them with all this stuff going on. Because I was gonna fly. I wanted to fly into Turkey.
Okay.
And then
So
go
what
to
I
Turkey,
I had a little plan because my wife and I, she's never been to Turkey.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want her to see
Yeah.
Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pull in for a couple days
Yeah.
and then fly there, but it's kind of
Yeah,
I don't know what the airspace is looking like right now.
Yeah, I think you might have to wait it out a couple months before it gets, even if it will ever get back to normal for now at least. I mean, it probably will eventually.
Well, Europe is probably going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey and stuff like that, the air area and stuff like that.
That's a questionable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they be beefing with Cyprus too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because
I didn't see this.
So
But I mean, I would say like, I'm not like, I don't think a World War III is gonna happen. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna happen, but I do think, you know, actually what Iran's doing is pretty smart in terms of getting everybody involved.
Mhm.
You know, hitting pretty much every like oil, you know, depot, closing down straits, playing the economic game to get people involved to say, hey, stop doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way to de-escalate
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
using nukes. To be
For
honest.
sure.
Yes, you have to involve every single thing possible.
Yeah.
Just so. I kind of feel like an uncle right now, so let's switch it up a little bit. You want to tell us why you're here, Abdullah?
I'm here for you guys.
No, but like,
I'm here for the community.
Okay, but like you have something really cool I want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, as these guys were talking about, I've been working on this product that I've been dealing with for a couple of months now.
okay.
So I am the founder and CEO of a company called CitaCell Health Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
It's effectively, you can kind of think about it as Stripe, but for healthcare AI.
Stripe is what is Stripe?
Yeah, so Stripe is kind of this payment compliance infrastructure that exists that you probably have used, that most people have used, that pretty much focuses on streamlining how payment processes occur between clients and vendors, or whatever you want to call it, person A and person B. Because before all this happened, right, when a person on one side of the window wanted to make a payment with another person, you would have to, like if this was your website, have to set up an entire payment infrastructure, make sure it was certified with this X, Y, and Z people, and then hope that, you know, and because the whole idea was that you're willing to accept other people's credit cards information and host it. So you had to prove that you can make sure that all that stuff is safe, blah, blah, blah. It's like basically you're taking on a lot of risk for both the purchaser as
and
well as
the
exactly. Just to say I can make this transaction done.
Sure. Imagine you're a website, right?
Yeah.
You want to sell some T-shirts. You don't want to handle customers' credit card information.
Yeah.
So you hit up Stripe.
Yeah.
And you use them as a vendor. So basically,
they handle everything.
They handle everything. All the credit card information, the shipping information, they handle it.
That's not on you anymore.
That's not on you anymore. They just send you a check.
Okay, so they're like, you pay this and we got you. Okay.
They're like a middleman.
Cool.
They are exactly a middleman. That's the best way to put it, right?
Okay.
So that is kind of the model that we based off what our company is. So CitaCell is like the Stripe for healthcare AI.
Okay.
Why hasn't this happened before is the real question, right? So let's take a step back and actually talk about what the big problem is, right?
Sure.
Every healthcare industry right now has been trying their best to adopt healthcare AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're trying to move with the times. But as we know, healthcare moves pretty slow compared to every other industry in the world, right? So what we currently have right now is something called FHIR or FIRE, which is kind of a highway that's built. It's kind of one of those regulated means of how we are supposed to connect vendors or the outside world with the inside world. Okay. So once you integrate with your healthcare record system, you get part of this highway system. Okay. What that means is a highway, if there's nothing to mediate, no toll road, nothing, it's just direct access from one point to the next point.
Sure.
So every single AI vendor, they have to walk up to the hospital, they have to make a deal and says, hey, we are HIPAA certified, which by the way, you know, they have to go through $50,000 to $150,000 worth of compliance audits, security changes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Let's sign an agreement so that way we can work in your hospital.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So every single vendor, so the Scribe AI has to do that. You know, the whatever calculating AI, the imaging AI, every single one is dropping $150,000, waiting about 6 to 12 months to actually get approved to walk into it. So these compliance security officers, they're doing the right job, right? They're doing their best to make sure that, you know, all these random third-party vendors who, by the way, are responsible for a large amount of these healthcare breaches that we're dealing with. You know, average $6 to $10 million per breach. We saw 277 million patient records that were breached just in 2024.
Wow.
That's about 80% of the U.S. population, right?
And that includes everything. That includes their date of birth, social security number, you know,
medical records.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So that risk factor, right, is something that these compliance security officers, they have to balance this trade-off of saying, you know, we want to move fast, but we don't want to break things, but we also don't want to get behind the curve, right?
Yeah.
So this is the balance that they're trying to handle that nobody has figured out the answer to, right? So that's kind of where we come into play. So we act just like Stripe. We sit in the middle and we say, hey, all you companies that are out there, Scribe AI, that you guys have been spending 6 to 12 months just to be allowed to have a conversation with these hospitals, let's handle that for you, okay? You route through us, through our patent-filed architecture, security architecture that makes this possible, and we make it so that we give you the exact amount of information that's necessary for you to get the job done. So instead of you getting all of this patient data, the date of birth, the MRN, blah, 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 social security numbers, you get, if you're a Scribe or if you're a, lipid score calculator, ASCVD risk calculator, you get what you need. You get the LDL, you get your tobacco use, you know, you get your blood pressure, but you don't get their, you know, last bowel movement. You don't get, all this other stuff. You get what you need to get your job done. Okay.
So it kind of streamlines everything.
Streamlines everything. And that helps not only from an efficiency standpoint, because now your AIs aren't processing 1,000,000,000 pieces of information just to get one thing. It consolidates API calls, right? So now instead of doing 5 or 6 different API calls just to get the information that you're looking for, we send you exactly what you need. We have network vendor effects, for example, right? So if you get added on to our, you know, if you get added onto the approved pipeline for CitaCell, well, every hospital that integrates, when they go into that app store and they look at what's going on, right? They see, oh, there's this healthcare AI that I can use. There's this ASCVD risk score I can calculate. They've already been approved, you know? So it's a win-win for both sides, right? The hospital now has direct access to 1 billion different AI tools that are being deployed every single day that they can use to streamline their, workflow. The vendors now get access to 1 million different hospitals that they can get the opportunity to advertise and see what they're doing. And just like the app store that you have here, you can install, you can uninstall whatever you want, whatever you don't want, right?
Super easy.
Super easy. And on top of that, it can be further individualized for each physician, each clinician, right? What if, you know, clinician A doesn't really care for the ASCVD risk calculator, he doesn't care about the medication interaction checker, he doesn't really need it. Okay, then don't use it. You know, get rid of it. It doesn't need to affect anybody's work.
So it's not like if the hospital agrees to use it, everyone has to do the same thing. It's each person could do their own thing.
So the hospital just agrees to use CitaCell. And CitaCell says we open up the entire door for you to choose.
And you guys are the first ones doing this, which is insane. I feel like this is just, you think about it and it's like, oh, this is logic. Anyone should be doing this. Someone should be doing this already.
But that issue, and the reason why it's not, is because somebody has to be willing to bear that burden of security risk, right?
Sure.
Every single company is taking that risk on their own. And nobody wants to say, well, I'll handle it for all of you, because nobody knows how to,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And that's why the security architecture is super, super special. And we actually got this a lot from like a lot of biological derivatives. Because, think about it myself. I'm not a computer scientist, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of information. I have a lot of knowledge about like the basics about, how prompt engineering works, how vibe coding works, how the basics about like, what React is, what backend infrastructure, like that basic stuff, how like AWS Lambda works. I know the basics, okay? But I don't really understand, deep code. And I don't think that's a problem, because that's where I realized, why are we focusing on 50 or 60 years of security infrastructures, firewalls, encryption, when one of the most patent protected, or I guess battle tested means of information exchange has already existed for 3.8 billion years, right? And it's inside of you, right? Your cells, your body. How in the world has one cell been able to communicate and get a job done with an outside cell without ever trusting that cell, right?
Yeah.
Clearly there was a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Information was able to get exchanged from your DNA, which is genetic code.
Yeah.
Code.
Yeah.
That's sent to another cell, right? They're able to get their job done and communicate right back without ever knowing who the other person was. There's no such thing as trust in the cellular world. It's just physics.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the exact same model that we employ. We figured out a way to almost map out biologically how information is exchanged and directly translate that into code.
Dang.
Yep. And it was that patent filed infrastructure that allowed this entire
Process to happen. So everyone was they dropped the ball on this. Well, you guys picked it up. You guys knew exactly what to pick up. I think that's the main thing.
So in a way, it's not like I walked in and I had the answer.
Sure.
Obviously,
you had to do a lot of research. You had to do your time beforehand.
Ideas grow, they evolve from one thing to another.
Yeah, and I'm sure obviously experience put into it too. I mean, you being in the hospital and all that kind of stuff. That obviously, you have to have someone who knows about that kind of stuff too as well.
Yeah.
Have you talked to people like Epic?
Not yet.
Epic is a big
not
thing.
Yet.
Okay.
But people like Epic, people like Athena, or not Athena, like Practice Fusion, Cerner, whatever.
Sure.
Those are our big targets, obviously. But we need to prove that we can actually do this. We need to be viable. They're not going to talk to just random people up until you have some sort of in, right? And that's where we're proving our revenue. That's why our MVP that focuses exactly on this, as we discussed, it's in production right now with my team.
Okay.
We have 6 members on our team, right? Well, 7 technically.
Sure.
We are actually actively finalizing our CTO selection. We have a CPO that's also a physician who also has 10 years of AI and ML experience.
Awesome. Wow.
Our COO is ex-Google, currently at Microsoft. He's a go-to-market strategist there too, operations side. So he kind of handles that.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm a physician myself.
Yeah.
I'll be, inshallah, starting at Duke for a Master's of Management in Clinical Informatics, as well as I'll be, hopefully, if I continue down this path, we'll see what this company leads, but I do have a standing offer to work on an informatics lead grant for a large National Institute of Health grant.
Sure. Awesome.
To inshallah. So we have a pretty stacked team. Our VP engineering is also huge in principal infrastructure knowledge. We have a lot of other people that I will give a shout out to hopefully one day.
Sure, yeah.
With their consent, which I haven't had yet, which is why I'm keeping it behind.
Sure.
But we're excited. Right now, I think the window exists and is very limited, but we are way ahead of the game because Epic, who is sitting here scratching their head how to figure this out, all these other vendors who are sitting on their head trying to scratching their head and trying to figure it out, to your point, they don't see the pain that a physician sees every single day. They don't see all that workflow issues. But on top of that, they don't know they can't change that quickly, right?
Sure.
It takes 12 months just to 15 different committee meetings and 75 different people to have to approve somebody on Epic just to get approval to wipe their own butt, So like to change the toilet paper in the bathroom, they have to go through 55 different people, right? So a full architecture change is darn near impossible, right?
Sure.
That's why we're able to iterate so quickly. I mean, we started off as a patient education tool, right?
Yeah.
And this is what it grew into.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I have a question. So obviously you guys are still getting to the point to where you're fully finalized as an organization, all that kind of stuff. How are you guys gonna? What's your guys' strategy to like get other hospitals on board, or get hospitals on board? Period. Like, how are you guys gonna reach out and stuff like that? Like, is that like a individual hospital by hospital thing, or is it like, okay, Prisma is one organization we can talk to, Bon Secours is another presentation. How's that going?
It's a little bit of both. You have to start small, right?
Sure.
You always have to start small with these types of things. Take advantage of what kind of connections that you do have, right?
Sure.
And being a physician, that's one of the blessings I do have is, there's physicians on my pipeline. It's not like I have to have a weird formal conversation with them.
Sure.
I just call up my buddy and say, hey, I'm thinking about working on this. What do you think? And the answer every single time is, when you're ready, just let us know.
Yeah.
Find a good use case that helps us out.
Sure.
And then we'll be we're happy to integrate with you, right?
Sure, yeah.
And the best part about this is that we are EHR agnostic, we're vendor agnostic, meaning we don't require to be like working with Epic. We don't have to work with Practice Fusion. We don't have to work with a specific system. We sit in the middle for everybody.
Sure.
And all we have to do is just get enough letters of intent, get enough people who are integrating with us, which right now we're in the process of signing a couple of contracts actually as I speak.
Okay, that's good.
And then just prove it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then
For sure.
the more traction that you get from the from the grassroots, the sooner you get to have those conversations with those big healthcare systems.
Okay, so currently you're building a middleman. Are you also building the AI tools too?
So that's something we've been thinking about. We have a couple in our back pockets that we're thinking about doing, that if we don't see like the gap has been filled already, then we're happy to be the ones to fill it, right?
Sure.
For example, like we have one that I can't give too many details on because it's still in production, but it's like a differential diagnosis assistance kind of thing, where if you are coming in, for example, with a pleural effusion, and you know that you have a pleural effusion, which is kind of some fluid that's building around the lung, we help figure out why that's going on. We give a little prompting information.
Sure.
You type in and press just a couple of buttons, and it gives you kind of a differential that directly can go into your note. So that way it saves you a lot of time in terms of charting, and it also helps you streamline your diagnosis too. So stuff like that we're working on. As I mentioned, we started off as patient education, so we have a couple of things that are related to that. Real-time AI transcription, translation, these
That's
things.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's very well needed. Very strongly needed, at least.
Yeah.
Actually, I recently had a interview with a person at Prisma who is super. He's like really high up in language barriers, aspect of Prisma, and he was telling me all this stuff about how like when patients come in, sometimes they have extremely like specific dialects that you can't even like find a translator for.
Yeah.
And they have no idea what you're saying. And like this stuff, I feel like could really, really help out with. Obviously, like getting all the dialects and stuff like that on there is a whole different thing, obviously. But I feel like this is a really, really good step, and people need it as well too. I mean, it's something really, really important. I feel like, especially now in today's age, people are coming into the country and they have not really much English, speaking capability and all that kind of stuff. I think it's good.
And I hope it works out. But the point is, I don't have to have all the answers, right?
Sure.
They have the ability to connect people to find the answers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you have this big app store and then you can see you're an AI vendor and you're trying to work over there and you see that, well, somebody's already sat in the space of real-time AI translation.
Sure.
Or they're not doing it the best. Well, now you have an opportunity to sit there and really just sift through and find your niche, right? So this helps absolutely everybody. It's helping the physician's workflow. It's helping the healthcare workflow. It's helping the vendor's workflow. It's helping people who want to get into healthcare's workflow too, you know?
Sure.
It's just transparency and I guess the opportunity to really just see what's going on,
Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not there yet, but one of the issues that an app store type marketplace has is how do they rate the apps within? Mm-hmm. So are you just doing it like you approve it yourself? Or are you going to do it like customer evaluations? Or are you going to do like give your own ratings? How you're going to score it like on your own? Mm-hmm. Like
physician ratings.
Yeah. So let's say like you have two apps that are very similar. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a 10 degree of difference.
Sure.
How are you going to rate that?
Sure.
Or are you not going to approve one? Or are you going to tell them, hey, you're not approved, you got to change it?
So actually, that's a really great question, right? We don't rate anything. Like we, as the vendors, we're the middlemen, right? It's not our job to be the ones like who are focusing on the quality. We just approve and make sure from a security standpoint that they're actually safe to be used in the hospital.
Okay.
But who should be the ones that are rating it, right? It should be the people who are actually using it, right? So the clinicians, the physicians, the NPs, the PAs, whoever's actually turning on the app and figuring out, is this useful for my workflow, right? They should be the ones saying, well, I would give this a 5-star. This ASCVD risk score calculator is great. This one sucks, right?
Sure.
So why should we be the ones to make the, that judgment when it's the individuals who are actually there experiencing that workflow every single day? And then let the market decide who's the more popular one, who's the less popular one, just go from there.
I see.
Yeah.
Now there's a phenomenon that I recently learned in thinking one of my psychology classes. It's a phenomenon about like bias when people see like, okay, one app is considered more popular than the other. More people are likely to choose that app, but sometimes app stores will do their own. Obviously, you guys are not the ones who are rating it, but what if you guys have your own perspective on an app and then you guys think it is more valuable and physicians don't necessarily see it because it's all the way down at the bottom. People haven't tried it. Less people have been using it.
Mm-hmm.
What you guys have anything you guys could do for that kind of stuff?
Honestly, I hadn't thought about that yet, but it's a good idea. A
Yeah.
featured location, something for that, or something where CitaCell approved or CitaCell recommended.
Sure.
I don't see
Yeah.
why
I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
But that runs a risk, and that's something that we have to be very aware of.
Sure, because you're not physicians. I mean, you guys are physicians. But
we are physicians.
Yeah, but
so
your company itself is not the one doing the
I
stuff,
would say the risk that runs
Yeah.
is, the same way like lobbyists or anything like that. Somebody just pays you a couple of dollars, then all of a sudden this is the biggest app
Sure.
that you want to
Sure.
run.
Sure.
So integrity is huge. That's part of something that we're making sure that's very much a focal point of our organization, and we need to make sure that even if we do something like that, what are the intentions behind why we're going to feature an application? We have
Sure.
to be very codified on something like that. So I don't have an answer just yet.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, we are getting a little bottlenecked, and this is like a third order issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are people with busy lives. They don't really have time to test every single app, see which one fits their workflow, right? And then to learn new apps. And then what? What's the average age of a physician in the U.S.?
Good question.
It's got to be like mid-40s, right?
I would take that
Probably,
guess. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
These are not like the most technologically advanced. A lot of them came from like different backgrounds, right? Not like the wealthiest backgrounds.
Sure.
So like their exposure to technology is very varied.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Sorry, go ahead.
at a certain point you might need a walled garden. That's
Sure.
what Apple uses,
Sure.
but that's like way down the road, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, that's a good point. It's something definitely to consider. We can definitely work on something like that.
Sure.
So how is a hospital going to trust you? Like, what are you bringing in that is like, hey, we're approved? Is it just like a government approval? Like, is that a stamp that you just get? And then like a hospital's like, okay, this stamp is good enough for us? Is that how it works? Or how exactly does like trust even establish?
Yeah, and to me, this is one of the funniest things because everything is just pinky promises.
Okay.
Pinky promises and audit proofs. So when you sign a BAA, you're saying I agree to focus and be compliant with HIPAA compliance,
Okay.
with SOC 2 compliance, with all these other ISO whatever, like all these certain types of compliance protocols that are effectively checklists that say, if we needed to audit your security, you can prove you have X, Y, and Z, right?
Okay.
If we need to, make sure that if we ran a certain type of threat model that you could defend against that or some crap like that, right? SOC 2 type 2 proves that you've done this for at least 6 months, and that's kind of a stamp that you can have. But what we're trying to actually propose is after we get all that done, once we get our SOC 2 or SOC 2 kind of approval and we're able to actually engage with these hospitals and sign their BAA, we've actually submitted a comment, a public comment on the regulations.gov website actually proposing, and this is like when at the beginning of the year they proposed or they asked a couple of questions, like the United States government open comments, about 400 people commented in the entire United States, by the way, which is pretty crazy when you think about how not many people actually show up to the table for these conversations.
Sure.
But we actually propose that there needs to be another overhaul of what we define as security, as compliance, and something should sit on top of that because HIPAA, SOC 2, all that stuff wasn't built for the age of agentic AI.
Right.
It wasn't built for this process of like autonomous, agents that are doing everything behind your back where you're not looking at the code being done at every single instance, right? So our idea is once we get that approval, we get that trust that's certified, then we stand up and say, well, why even focus just on trust? Let's focus on physics, Don't trust simply because we said you can trust us. Trust us because our architecture is that solid.
Sure.
And then that's kind of our route that we're trying to
Sure.
go.
Like undeniability. You don't want them to have any reason to be like, okay, but what about this? What about that aspect of it? You want
No
to make
pinky
sure.
promises.
Sure.
Just
Proof,
math
straight
and
up proof.
physics.
Yep.
That's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Now we've talked a little bit about your program. Obviously, this is a lot of work. But what are some stuff you do in your free time? We do basketball, obviously. I play basketball.
Yeah, I sprain my ankle
times.
pretty often.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm actually even the last time we played basketball at the masjid, what was it
2 weeks ago? Or
2 weeks ago,
I think
or whatever it was.
You should pull up tomorrow or tonight, actually.
Dude, I'm still aching from it, bro.
Oh.
Actually, man.
Okay,
I might
okay.
pull up. We'll see.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm off tomorrow.
I have a brace if you want it, ankle brace.
Low key, I might if
I mean,
yeah.
if you need it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, basketball. Been trying to get on FIFA, bro.
Yeah.
But I've been focused on this. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I used to run a lot of like all the games on the Xbox. I had a Game Pass. So
Sure.
I was going dummy with that.
Sure.
Basketball, like NBA.
Fantasy football a little bit.
Fantasy football, fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, you know.
Now, I ask a lot of people this, but like, what is your take on? Obviously, you're into sports. We can tell you're into sports a little bit.
Sure.
What's your take on racing?
On racing.
Motorsports. I'm a motorsports guy. Everyone knows this. Us knows this.
I mean,
do you think okay? This is a completely unrelated question to what we've been talking about for the past 35 minutes.
It's a bunch of left turns. That's what
Okay, no, not on NASCAR. I'm talking about everything. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of people say, okay, race car drivers are just turning a wheel in a car, going fast. Are they athletes? That's why I'm asking.
I mean, they're athletes for sure. I don't think you can deny that.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, reflexes, things of that nature are critical that you have to train.
Sure.
But yeah, sometimes like NASCAR where you're going in a circle, I'm not a big fan of that. But like,
Okay, sure.
I actually think F1 is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what everyone says. I mean, everyone goes that route because F1 is like the epitome. And they all call themselves the pinnacle of racing and stuff like that, which is true. They are extremely well engineered. Like these cars are purpose-built race cars to handle every single track you throw at them, other than dirt and stuff like that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's what everyone says. Everyone says, okay, it's super fast. These guys have like insane reaction speeds, all that kind of stuff. And what a lot of people don't talk about is the physicality of it. Is the crashes are insane. You're handling tons of G-forces, first of all, in a corner. Like, almost, your F1 drivers handle the same G-forces that astronauts do heading into space.
Really?
Every time they enter a turn at, like, more than 200 miles an hour, you're hitting 9 Gs.
No way.
Fair
So,
enough.
I mean, it's insane. And then NASCAR drivers, they have those huge banking. That banking, everyone jokes about it. You've probably seen the group chat a couple times. I think I do race
so the
car
banking
workouts.
is at how many degrees?
The highest banking in NASCAR is 45 degrees of banking. So think about it. This is like
But they're not riding up.
if you're on that hill. Okay, you can't really see it. But
Sure.
I'll put pictures in the.
But they're not
the
riding the
videos.
peak of the 45.
No, they are sometimes.
They're riding the peak of the 45.
They are sometimes.
For what?
So my favorite driver, Kyle Larson.
Uh-huh.
It's such a little bit. It's about physics. So we talked about physics a little bit already. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the physics too
Okay.
much. But in racing, at least in NASCAR racing, there's a thing called side force. Okay. So downforce is something you guys probably may have heard of.
Keeps you on the road.
Keeps you on the road, keeps you close to the ground. So most sports cars are super low to the ground. They have really good downforce. That helps with cornering and all that kind of stuff, right? In NASCAR, you have a thing called side force because there's walls, right? In most racetracks, they're just the curbs, like the curbs of the
Right,
corner
you
and all
can't
that
do
kind
a
of
90
stuff.
degree
And you got the road. That's all you got really much, right? In NASCAR, you got two walls, one on the inside, one on the outside. You don't want to hit the inside wall ever. If you're hitting the inside wall, that means you're done. That means your car is wrecked. You're out of the race. The outside wall, it could mean many things. In the outside wall in NASCAR, the closer you get to that wall, it's going to create an air bubble, okay?
Okay.
And that air bubble is going to act as force on the back of your car. And that's going to add extra downforce as well, too. And you can, even though it's a longer round, like think about it like a running track, right? Most runners want to take the bottom of the running track. It's the shortest way around, right? But the top in NASCAR, since it's got banking, especially in tracks that have progressive banking, you can get more of a run by having more throttle time on the outside than you would have less throttle time on the inside, but a shorter way around. If that makes any sense.
What's happening is you're stretching the road.
Essentially, yeah, because
Right?
because even on the outside, you're not going full throttle on the outside. You are still modulating the throttle,
Right.
but you're getting more throttle time on the outside compared to the inside, where you have much less throttle time. You're on the brake.
There's more road. There's more road.
Exactly, more road, so you get a faster exit off. You may have a really slow entrance because you have to slow down a little bit to enter that wide corner.
Okay.
But you're gonna have a very fast exit if you're good at that. And my favorite driver, Kyle Larson, he grew up racing dirt cars, and dirt has the same principle. But dirt is not as banked, but they have a thing called a cushion. It's built up dirt. So as the cars on the bottom slide dirt up, it builds a cushion. And when you use that cushion, your car has more surface area
Sure.
to slide the car around. Because in dirt, you're sliding around,
I
right?
see what you mean.
So you have all four tires going one direction. Because you got to counter steer, drift, all that kind of stuff, right? So like it's the same principle, but
In
so he's
post,
really good
we're
at
gonna
that,
put
yeah.
a clip of Basir doing his NASCAR workouts.
We're not gonna do that.
We're gonna do
Workouts. I gotta see those.
This
We're
is
not
a
gonna do, if you
pure
watch the F1 movie, you know what kind of workouts I'm talking about.
pure bicep
cars.
and neck. Pure bicep and neck. Okay. Hey, we're talking about cars. This is the one beef I have with the Cars movie. Okay.
Sure.
You've seen Cars.
Have you watched
Of course,
Cars?
bro.
Okay,
Of course.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
There's a very famous scene
Sure.
where Chick Hicks passes Lightning McQueen.
Sure.
Right? I think it's like one of the first races,
Okay.
one of the first beating parts of the movie.
Yeah.
And then Lightning McQueen passes him while going in reverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
How is he going faster?
He's not
in
going faster.
reverse.
He's not going faster.
He passed him in reverse.
Yeah, but
Okay, so what happened?
Thing is, in the Cars universe, you gotta realize one thing. I told
Okay.
Zane the same thing. Okay, and on this, I don't know if you watched the episode with Zane. He had an issue with the cars being faster than one another, slowing down with age, all that kind of stuff, right? The way I think of cars.
A car is going faster in reverse
Listen.
in a piston race car.
Listen.
This is what you're telling me.
The cars in the Cars universe are not cars. They are cars, but they're also humans, right?
Okay.
So think about it. Your pace, technically, it doesn't have to change if you're running backward.
Have you run backwards before?
I have not, but I feel like I feel like okay. Your intrinsic like
No.
competition. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm off on
Okay,
that.
okay.
But
So you're telling me that you can run as
I
fast
could
backwards?
not. But
You're telling me a professional athlete.
we're
can
not
run
cars though. We're not cars.
Okay, you're telling me a professional athlete.
Okay.
No car can go in reverse. Can a car go in reverse as fast as it goes forward?
We've never had a car that has its own mind that can just do that.
Is there a race car driver?
Let's say McQueen. Okay. Let's say he
Okay.
has gears in reverse. He has gears in reverse. He can easily go as fast.
Is that how cars work? I don't know if that's how cars work.
You don't have gears when you're
Yeah, I mean, that is
reversing.
true. He's right. I mean, if you have enough gears for your reverse
So
part.
McQueen
Okay,
he's a
but he
living
wouldn't. But he
thing.
wouldn't.
So he
But
would
he
have
wouldn't.
There's
there's
3.8 billion years of cars evolution that we don't know about there.
No,
knows?
but he doesn't even have
200 years from
headlights.
now-
You're telling me he doesn't even
He
have
has
headlights.
headlights in second, third
He
movie.
doesn't even have
Second,
headlights.
third
But
movie
you're
he
telling me he
has
has gears for reverse?
He may. We don't know.
He's like, he
Oh
has
my
headlights.
God,
We don't know.
bro. He doesn't have. He
We
doesn't
don't have
headlights,
we don't
bro.
have an Abdullah to look at the anatomy of a car. We don't know what's inside of him. He obviously
is
has some kind of
ridiculous. This is
organic
absolutely
organs.
ridiculous.
We don't know what he has. We don't know if he has a drive shaft. We don't know if he has
Name me
transmission. We don't know what he has. We don't know. What he has.
One thing that goes faster in reverse than it does forward.
What's
Besides
the-
like a freaking spaceship.
It doesn't go backward.
Huh?
Spaceship doesn't go backward. It gets launched.
It gets launched.
You got the two boosters.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so name me one
Think
thing.
about McQueen as okay. Look. Okay, if you roll a ball,
Okay.
does it go faster? Does it go same speed forward and backward? Yes, it does.
Okay, but what's happening is
So imagine his tires are like that. They're not controlled by a forward direction or a backward direction. They can just go whichever direction.
okay, so maybe
it's him himself who's controlling where he's going.
maybe a electric vehicle can
If
go
you,
as
if you
fast.
had wheels instead of
Maybe
legs,
an electric vehicle can go as fast in reverse as forward, right? Because all it is a motor,
sure.
and you're spinning it back and forth, right?
Yeah,
This is
it's-
current.
So imagine
Okay.
that, but with McQueen.
But you're telling me
And a gas engine.
You're telling me that he goes faster in reverse.
not faster. He's just going the same speed, but he's
So
able
you're
to
telling
recover.
so Chick Hicks slow down? Is that what happened?
He let his guard down. You can see he let his
Oh
guard down.
my
He
God,
punches McQueen.
This is like the push off.
Oh,
Michael Jordan
actually
pushed off. He pushed off.
No, you don't. I'll explain to you right now.
Okay, explain
Okay,
to
this
me.
is pure racing IQ. I'm gonna put some ball knowledge on this right now. Okay,
Okay.
ready? Watch. Okay, look.
Okay.
In a race,
Right.
okay, if a car, you should know. You can. This is easy to understand. Okay.
Okay.
If a car hits another car, which is what Chick Hicks did, right? Did he or did he not? He hit McQueen.
We're gonna play the scene
He
back.
spun. Okay, yeah.
We're gonna
I
play
will,
the
I will.
scene back.
He spun McQueen out.
Okay, he spun.
And
it
that's
back.
what led to McQueen falling back, right?
Okay.
But when one car hits another car, does it not slow down?
Not a Mario Kart.
They're going 200 miles an hour. Okay.
In Mario Kart, you get a speed
You
boost.
can't use
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
Kart logic, bro.
Okay, fine.
Okay, use real life logic. You want to talk about
Oh,
real life?
so now,
What are you talking about?
okay.
now you want to go
Because
real
we're talking about
life.
real
Now
life.
you want to go real life.
You've been talking about
now
real
you
life
want
the
to
entire
go real
time.
life.
You say, oh, cars can't go faster in real life.
Hey, in Mario
So we're
Kart,
talking
if
about
you
real
get a
life.
bump, you get a speed boost. Okay, it's like you get a 1 coin speed boost.
Okay, but say you're going 200 miles an hour, okay?
Okay, I'm going 200.
And I'm going 200 as well, okay?
Okay.
But or maybe 210, okay? Right? I'm right in
Okay.
front of you, okay? And then you hit me and spin me out.
I'm going 210.
No, I'm going 210. I'm
You're
in front
going
of you. I'm
210.
better than you.
Okay, okay.
Alright?
Apparently this happened. Okay, you're going 210.
Okay, and then you hit me, right?
Okay, I hit you.
Would your car not slow down a little bit?
My car?
Yes.
No, I take that speed boost. I take a push off.
You drop
That's
to
what happens.
180. You'd spin out.
You wouldn't.
die.
Okay, it wouldn't be an insane slowdown, but it would be something, right? Okay. And in real life, when a wreck happens, drivers usually like, oh shoot, I just hit that guy. Let me like look in my mirror a little bit. Take some time. Take your foot off the gas a little bit because like, oh shoot, what did I do?
How many places does he fall back?
He didn't fall. You can see in the clip, he barely falls back.
Okay, how many places does he fall?
He turns it around. He uses Major's knowledge Major gave him about driving backward, and then he uses that, switches it into reverse, and he just full throttles it back around. And he used the outside in that clip, which is why I alluded to earlier. The outside, you get a better run.
This is unreal.
It's not.
This is unreal. This is not a thing.
I explained to you 4 different ways
was simply,
as to how he could have won. Or not won, but passed him.
Listen.
In reverse.
This is not a thing, bro. You cannot.
I just proved to you it's a thing.
Okay, can they see from the back?
Yeah, they have rear mirrors.
They don't have like a little camera? Maybe the cars have cameras.
Probably the EV ones probably do. But, I mean, their eyes, they kind of have eyes in the back of their head. Like
They do?
Yeah. Like, they can see, like, obviously you've seen Mater, right? His rear mirrors are behind his eyes, but somehow he can see behind.
I don't know. Maybe.
So,
I mean, like, we're getting too deep into
I still think this is ridiculous. I think this is why it's...
How about we agree to disagree?
Okay.
Okay, how about
The second issue I have...
Sure.
You never explained it. Okay, we're getting deep into cars though. This is your favorite part.
Slow us down
I'm ready for this.
if you need some explanations.
Yeah,
So
I might.
have you seen Cars 3?
No.
I have not seen Cars 3.
Is that the one with the planes and shit?
No, that's planes.
That's planes.
So as you can tell, I haven't watched it.
He hasn't watched it, but it's okay. We're gonna.
I watched the one where Lightning McQueen got like his blue car girl. That was his wife.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Oh shit! And then there was another one.
With the spy one, right?
The spy.
You watched that one? Okay, that's Cars 2.
All right,
that's Cars 2. So in Cars 3, Lightning McQueen, he can't go in reverse anymore.
He can.
Okay.
Who says he can't go in reverse? What is that? That's not part of the movie. There's no part of the movie where he says that he can't go in reverse anymore. By the way, the Cars movies actually follow the Rocky movies.
Oh, really?
Cars 1 is basically the story of Rocky 1. Cars 2 is a mix of Rocky 2 and Rocky 3, and then Cars 3 is Cars 4. Is Rocky 4.
I don't think you've seen Rocky before.
I mean, first Rocky, doesn't he lose?
Yeah, he loses.
Yeah, but McQueen loses in the first movie.
I thought
he won. Okay,
See?
You're right. He lost, but
and he has a whole learning arc about how he's not big young hotshot anymore. He's like needs to slow down.
No, but that's not
life.
Rocky, bro. You've never seen Rocky.
I have seen Rocky.
Okay, so what happens? He was in Rocky. Dude, in Rocky.
I saw it on Instagram somewhere.
Bro, I just watched Creed though. That was really good.
Oh, was Creed good?
Yeah,
I didn't ever watch Creed.
it was good.
Creed is good.
Yeah, he's Rocky's son, right? Or not Rocky?
No, he's Apollo Creed's son.
And he's Rocky's mentee.
Rocky's yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue on.
Let's talk about Rocky, okay? Because I don't think you guys have seen Rocky, okay?
Okay.
So Rocky is this guy,
Yeah.
and he wants to be a boxer.
Sure.
And he's doing these fights, and he keeps getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, you hear his origin story from his former coach, where basically he was a really good fighter, but he never took it seriously.
Okay.
And he kind of just like gets beat up.
Okay.
And so he's trying to get with his best friend's sister.
Okay.
Also at the same time, and he has an okay record. Okay. Then you have the other guy, Apollo Creed.
Okay.
And Apollo Creed is looking for the next big fight.
Okay.
And so the fighter that he was supposed to fight, he pulls out or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Hey, I have this idea. I'm gonna put a random lottery, and whoever wins the lottery, they can fight me."
Okay.
And so even though it's a
Rocky
lottery, he selects Rocky. Okay. So he fights Rocky, and Rocky trains, and he does a bunch of like promotions, and he does really well, and he makes up with his former coach, and he loses, but he puts up a good fight, like a really good fight.
So McQueen lost, and he put up a good fight.
Well, this is totally different.
In the second movie, did he or did he not fight Rocky? Did he or did he not fight that foreign guy?
That was like 3 or 4, Rocky 4. You're talking about the one where it's like the Cold War, like.
Oh, was that Rocky 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cars 2 was foreign. It was like international stuff. So I just.
Okay. maybe Creed is more similar.
Creed only has 2 movies though.
No, but I would say
the third one. They're making a third one, aren't they?
Yeah, I feel
okay, well, maybe the third one will fall in line with Creed.
I think Creed might be closer to.
Okay, can you continue about your Cars 3?
Oh, okay, my Cars 3. Okay, so in Cars 3, okay, so Lightning McQueen can't go in reverse anymore.
That's not what it is. Okay,
so
I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, in Cars 3, McQueen's older now, so he can't go as fast as he used to be able to.
That's every movie. That's every single Cars one.
No,
Cars 1, he was already getting old.
no, Cars 1, he was actually. You know what's crazy is apparently, and I actually corrected someone on Instagram recently about this.
Oh, okay.
In the comment section, someone said that McQueen was born in the first movie because he was manufactured in the first movie, right? I've explained, but I'm not gonna explain about the whole Cars lore and how that works and stuff like that. But McQueen actually was 29 in his first year as a rookie, which is actually very, very old for a race car driver. Any sport, you don't come at 29 years old and start as a first year. So that was his first year in racing. Actually, was 29 years old. So he actually was already older in Cars 1, but he was still considered a young hotshot rookie because he was just that good. So, anyways, continue.
Okay.
I just wanted to explain.
So in Cars 3, you can't go in reverse anymore. Okay, he's getting old. And
You just can't go as fast.
you can't go as fast. Okay. Okay, so okay, he can't go as fast.
Continue on with your
So he has to go to like a training center, right?
Yeah.
He goes to a training center.
Like a training montage.
And he has a training montage, and he is coach. We call her coach or assistant.
She's
or
a trainer.
trainer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he
Rocky,
finds huh?
Rocky.
you get to.
They even train on the beach. They run on the beach together, just like how Rocky does.
He never he's in Philly, bro.
What do you mean?
Rocky's in Philly. He doesn't run on the beach.
Yeah, he does in one of the movies. I forgot which one movie it was, but they have this.
Bro, there is no beach in Philly.
No, not in. Just watch the Rocky movies.
You're telling me you don't watch Rocky.
That's the one part about the Rocky movies I know. Is they ran on the beach
Bro,
together.
you might be thinking about Karate Kid or something.
Nah, I know Karate Kid. I watched every Karate Kid.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about the Karate Kid.
No, bro, I know Karate Kid. Anyway, continue on with your point. You just get off track.
So he can't go in reverse anymore.
Bro, stop.
Okay. So he's going to this training facility, and he meets this girl named Cruz, and she's her trainer.
She's his trainer.
She's his trainer, and somehow she joins his professional racing team, right? And in the middle of the race, he quits, and she resumes his spot, goes up 20 positions,
Yeah.
and then wins.
That's
40
some stupid
position,
shit, bro.
You're telling me that's real?
First of all, how's that legal?
Yeah,
Okay, it is-
exactly.
okay, first of all, it is legal. That's actually that's the most realistic part. Actually, that she's legal. It's no, okay. Let me pause. The fact that she replaced him is legal. Actually, it's happened many times. Actually, happened this past weekend in NASCAR. Actually, there was a driver who got vertigo mid race, and he had to get out of the car. He was feeling sick. He threw up inside the car.
Okay.
And so someone actually came in, a replacement guy. Now, the thing that they didn't get right in the movie is that Cruz would not be able to compete the rest of the season. She would not be able to compete because you can't get points for replacing a driver. So the guy who replaced the guy who got vertigo, he doesn't get points for that race, but he gets the team points. So Rusty still gets points in that movie, and Cruz still gets the win. She still gets credit with the win. The whole winning thing, passing 40 cars in her first race, that's kind of insane. That's kind of unrealistic. But it is literally a thing in NASCAR and in motor racing. If someone's getting sick in the car
is different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
no, the car is the same
entire
because she ran. So in cars, obviously they're all different cars, right? But the number is what makes the car. So she takes McQueen's number in the final race, and not takes, but like he gives her his number, and he makes his friend Ramon, who can paint stuff. He like paints 95 on her car, and she's already part of the team technically, right? So
Yeah, I don't buy this, bro.
This is not it. Okay,
Yeah.
so what medical
It's
condition?
realistic.
What medical condition was he suffering from?
senioritis.
Senioritis
That's
is crazy.
insane, dude.
He had a back issue actually.
He had a back issue, huh?
Yeah, a chassis issue. That's why he couldn't race. So he had Cruz come in. Plus, you can always just exit out. There's actually a guy, 2014, again in NASCAR, this guy Tony Stewart. You probably heard of him before.
Okay.
He killed someone actually one time.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Not on purpose, but he was on a racetrack, on a dirt track. This young kid got out because he was mad at Tony Stewart. He got out on the track. Tony Stewart didn't see him, and Tony Stewart ran over him and killed him. Not on purpose. Maybe on purpose. I don't know.
Anyway, what's the point?
anyways,
Okay.
basically, he was getting old. He was super old. He retired that year, actually. And he got old. He was getting, like, sicker. I'm not sick. He was getting tired of being in the car because his car was doing terrible. And he just asked this random young guy who's his reserve driver to come in, and he finishes the race for him. So, same circumstance.
This is not the same.
Tony Stewart was getting old.
This is not the same thing. Tony Stark was getting old. Is that what you just
Not
said?
Tony Stark, Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart was getting old.
You're telling
in the
me,
car. Rapid aging.
bro? Who's the ref?
There is many refs. Actually.
Rusty's
Charlie
paid-
Checker. Charlie Checker is the ref.
Rusty's was paying that ref. Heavy.
100%.
Heavy, dude.
He was not.
Heavy.
No, dude.
Okay, you're telling me that all the other racers were okay with this?
Yeah, because they didn't think a young rookie was gonna. You did not see how mad Jackson Storm was after he lost to her.
I would have freaking appealed that race.
I
You
would've
can't
too.
appeal the race. It's part of the rules. I just explained to you.
What
It happened
rule?
3
What
times in
rule?
real life. I explained to you.
I
already.
want to see the cars documented.
I want to. Exactly.
rule list before
Exactly.
we say anything.
Let's publish that rule.
Let's
list.
It's same.
publish
Okay,
it.
we have to infer that it's the same as NASCAR.
Think
Okay.
about it this way, okay?
Yeah.
If we're gonna say it's like racing,
Yeah.
then you have to think about also the human aspect, right?
Sure.
If Usain Bolt in the middle
Yeah.
of a sprint,
Yeah.
right,
Sure.
broke his leg or something, and then
Well,
somebody else came
He
in.
didn't break his leg. He just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, just didn't feel like it.
Right, just-
If somebody just hops in and just says, "All right, let me finish the race,"
No, but okay, you have to think about it
Like,
as
are
the
you
same
serious?
Yeah, okay, you have to think about it as
this
same.
isn't a relay race.
You have to
You need to
infer-
defend this.
You have to infer that the Piston Cup
Okay.
has the same rules as the NASCAR Cup Series.
Why?
Because it's same. It's oval racing. It's NASCAR. It's Piston American oval racing.
It's oval race, so it's track.
Well, not oval. NASCAR also races on road courses as well. Too. It's not only ovals.
This is not a thing.
What's not a thing?
You're telling me she's
Okay,
an entirely
I
different
will-
car.
I will
She's
go-
an entirely
okay,
different spec
I don't.
car.
Okay, I don't have the Piston Cup rule book. Obviously, 'cause it's not a thing. It's
Come
fictional.
on, man, you're not dedicated.
Hey, it's not real. I actually tried emailing the creative director of Cars one time, and I actually asked him a couple questions. He
Are
didn't-
you serious?
He didn't respond, but
Wow.
I think I was too much on the nose
What's
of
his
the
name?
lore. Jay Schuster.
Jay Schuster,
Hey, man,
we're calling
Please.
you out.
I want that rule book
Hey,
right
okay.
now.
But what I will do is I'll do you one better.
Okay.
I'll find the exact rule in the NASCAR rule book that allows you to replace a driver in mid race.
Okay, we're
Find me
gonna
that
put
one
it here.
in both track
I
and
will,
NASCAR.
I will do that. What is track? Track is okay. I
Hey,
guess-
track's an oval race too.
It's an oval
It's
race.
an oval race.
If a car in the Cars universe is
Yes.
an in between of a human and a car,
Sure.
then it should be like applying to both rules.
Okay, I
of
agree.
track
I
as
agree.
well as-
But you have to. It can't be a sprint though. Think about it.
Okay,
These
fine.
cars are racing 400, 500 laps.
That's fair. That's a good
Okay.
point.
So it's a marathon basically.
Okay.
A very long marathon. It's
Okay.
2 hour, 3 hour marathon. So think about it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be realistic.
You've never ran a marathon.
I've never ran a marathon before. But it's different. It's a car. You know?
Nah, dude.
It's a team. It's a team. In marathon running, you don't have a team. It's just you. You are the team. You know?
Yeah, so you can't have
So
somebody.
McQueen's not the
replace you.
team. Rusty's is the team.
So did she technically win a Piston Cup?
She won a race. She didn't win the Piston Cup. Piston Cup is a championship. That's
So
the same.
who won the Piston Cup in that series?
Okay, my headcanon is that she won the cup after that year.
That's
because McQueen
crazy.
became, okay, in the post credit scene you can see McQueen has a crew chief headset on, he becomes her crew chief. And she runs the season. There's actually one of the cuts in the credits, they have like a picture of her with a
See,
cup.
so that defeats your argument because
That
she
doesn't
wouldn't be
defeat your
allowed to
argument.
race
Yeah,
for
you-
the rest
that
of the
one,
season.
that one. Well, okay, there has been exceptions before. There's a thing called a playoff
Oh
waiver.
my god! Are you serious?
I'll put this up in the rule book too. Okay.
Okay.
There's a NASCAR rule book, a rule where you can have you can grant a person a playoff waiver, meaning you can compete the playoffs even if you haven't raced every race. So my favorite driver, Kyle Larson, last year he competed. 2 years ago he competed in a separate series as well at the same time, at the same day as the NASCAR race, and he ended up missing the NASCAR race because he went to go race in that series, and NASCAR actually granted him a playoff waiver and said, okay, you can still compete with playoffs, but that race, those points get deducted from you instead. So he had a guy who was filling in for him instead. So he didn't race that race. So exactly the exact same scenario pretty much happened in real life. So I'm just saying. It exists.
That's ridiculous, man.
It exists though. She doesn't have to run every race. I was actually wrong about that. She doesn't have to run every race. She missed one race and she can run the whole season now.
How many races did Lightning McQueen run before that one race? How many
Tons
races
of
are there in the season?
At least 36 or 37.
36, 37?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, wrapped up soon.
Alright.
37 around there, yeah. But yeah, I think we got a little off track. But we'll do a little outro here. Bye. I appreciate Abdullah.
Iran healthcare cars.
Iran, it's a crazy,
Hey,
crazy
let's go.
spectrum. It's a crazy spectrum. Hey, we have something for every single person on this podcast, pretty much. Okay, so but yeah, thank you Abdullah for coming on. I know we
Yeah,
got a little sidetracked
absolutely.
with the
Thank you so
whole thing.
much.
Yeah,
But
really
thank you,
have a
and
good
I
time.
will definitely send you everything you want to send, and
Yeah.
I'll put it up on our social media
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
I look forward to showing you guys how the journey
For sure, of
progresses.
course.
For sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
we hope to
Inshallah.
see you grow and everything like that. And
Yeah.
inshallah, the best, everything.
Inshallah, doing it for the sake of
Inshallah,
Allah,
yeah.
helping other people.
Inshallah,
That's the
inshallah.
goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
All right. Episode 13, the actual episode 13.
In the books.
And the
In the books. Is up.